beautiful home. I've lived here for 26 years. At the moment it's about 7 o'clock in the afternoon and it's ripe old 33 degrees still. So it's been quite hot. We've had 3 days in a row of over 40 degrees. This place is a sweat box. So the federal government's offered us some free insulation. I rang a couple of people locally in Albury to get it and they neglected to get back to me. I was called by someone in Melbourne offering to come up and do the free insulation. I said sure, come up and give me a quote, and I thought I'll get a couple of prices and find out, make sure they're not ripping us off. Now we're actually in the process of moving out of here because we've moved into a new house, so I thought the insulation would be really unnecessary for someone who's going to move in here. I am going to rent the place out. I will be the landlord. At the moment the temperature inside the house is 33 degrees, the same as outside, so that's not too bad I suppose. Makes it pretty hard to sleep at night however. When the guys came in the door, they came straight in this door here and their workers followed in with a couple of bags of insulation. I said, wait a minute, I'm only after a quote. They went, no, don't worry mate, it's only $1,200. You won't be paying a cent. So we'll just do it now, it'll be over and done. I went, oh, well, yeah, okay then. So they climbed up this ladder here, up the manhole, and we'll go up there in a second and have a look at the work they've done. So when they finished, they invited me to pop my head up the top there and have a look, make sure it was all okay. So let's go up and have a look, shall we? And just have a look and see what I saw. So I stuck my head up here. Sure enough, as I look around, a sea of yellow. It all looks pretty good. Looks like it's all been done properly. You lift up a bit. Oh yeah. The thickness there doesn't look too bad. I'm not quite sure exactly how thick it's supposed to be, but that's the problem. So as you look in the distance there, it's all very good. All looks to be pretty okay. So we'll just climb up here a little bit more and have a better look at it all, okay? So, oh, it's a bit of a tight fit for me. Just go. So here we are, not very far from the manhole cover. Again, the thickness, about the thickness of my hand. You look at that one, yeah, it's not too bad. Oh, what's this one here? Jesus, that doesn't look very thick, does it? No way, look at that. That's the thickness of my hand. It's very, very thin there, that piece. That one's doubled over. We'll better move it across here a bit more, eh? Just check it out a bit further. So what do we get? Oh dear, look at that. A couple of fingers thick, that piece. Oh. This one here. Not much better. And I'm thinking to myself, hang on, this can't be right. I'm sure, now I'm not an expert, but I'm sure that insulation should be a little bit thicker than this. Again, it's probably about 2.5 centimetres thick. The temperature in this roof is boiling. Come to this one. Oh geez, look at that. How thick is that? Not even 2 finger widths. So what they've done, they've been ripping the stuff in half, in quarters, in fifths, and throwing it. Look at that piece. Look at that piece there. It's not even 1 finger thickness. I don't know if you can see that on this light, but that is thin as. Man, they have done a con job on me. They have ripped me off. Something chronic. Look at this piece here. My goodness. Unfortunately, I'd already signed off on this, because when you get up and look at the manhole and you see those first couple of thick layers and you think, yep, that's fine, and you look across and you see a sea of yellow, who's going to think that you've got to come up and come across about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bats before you start to find out that it's all very thin at the far end here. And these guys have charged full price. And I'm not very happy about it, and there seems to be no recourse that you can take. I've rung the energy efficient hotline and they've said contact your local, your state Consumer Affairs Bureau. Well, they're in Victoria and I'm in New South Wales, so which one should I contact? That becomes a problem in itself. Look at this piece over here. This is a disgrace. Check this out. Man, you can see through that. Look at that. There was some insulation here, some old pump-in stuff. They've just put it on top. They said that's okay. I believe them. But it's the thickness of this other stuff that's a disgrace. How can they justify charging full price for this? I'd like to see them. They have just ripped me off. They've ripped the federal government off. And as I say, you ring Mr. Garrett's energy efficiency hotline and there's nothing to be found. So I began to become a bit suspicious about how many rolls of insulation they took into the place. I had some insulation in my new house. I went and got a bat out of there and I got a bat out of the one that they've done, and here's the difference. Have a look at that. The bottom one here is the insulation 3.5 rad from my place. Here's the stuff these guys have put in. Look at it, wafer thin. And they have charged the federal government $1,200 for this. And there's no website that I can find that has a shame and name on them. And they are actually registered. I've checked on that. I checked on that. It's a disgrace.